Hello, my name is Bradle, and today I'm showing off some common Reveillark combos used in Commander. Think of this video as Reveillark 101. I'm going to be going through the basic loops in this video, and the more complicated stuff, including different ways to get this set up, will be coming in future videos. I'll be demonstrating using Magic Online so you can see everything that's happening, including abilities and triggers on the stack. The first Reveillark combo I have prepared for you here is Reveillark, Body Double, and a Sacrifice Outlet. So let's go ahead and get some stuff in play here. I'm going to go and play Blasting Station, which is going to be the sack outlet I am using in this, well, to start out with here, mainly because it is one of the more complicated ones. It makes it more complicated to actually execute the combo because it taps to sacrifice a creature, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may untap it. So you have to manage your Blasting Station triggers possibly so that you don't fizzle your combo. And of course, you know, the result from using this as your sacrifice outlet is you get infinite damage. So it's a good one to know how to use. Alright, so I'm going to start out by evoking Reveillark just to get it in the graveyard. Okay, I'm just going to let all of this happen so we can get on. Alright. So, with Reveillark in the graveyard, I'm going to cast Body Double. And Body Double enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard. So, I'm going to choose Reveillark to copy, and I'm going to get a Blasting Station trigger from playing Body Double. Now, we want to respond to this Blasting Station trigger by activating Blasting Station to deal 1 damage to our opponent and sacrifice Solemn Simulacrum. Now, I'm using Solemn Simulacrum here as the kind of our ability that we're getting infinite recursions of. This combo will let you get infinite recursions of any creature that has power 2 or less. So you can take any creature that has an enter the battlefield ability and kind of bring it along for the ride, so to speak. So we're going to let all of that resolve, and then Blasting Station will untap. So now we have Reveillark and Solemn in the graveyard, a copied Reveillark in play with Body Double, and a Blasting Station. So we're going to activate Blasting Station again, dealing damage to our opponent, and sacrificing our Body Double. And Body Double will trigger Reveillark's ability to return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. And normally Reveillark can't bring itself back because it is a 4/3, it's 4 power. But Body Double, while it's in the graveyard, has 0 power, so it is a legal target for its own trigger. So we will bring back Solemn Simulacrum and Body Double off of that trigger. And they'll both come into play. And Magic is going to ask me what creature I would like to copy with Body Double again. And we're always going to choose Reveillark. Alright, we're going to get some more triggers. One from Solemn entering the battlefield and 2 Blasting Station triggers. So we'll let Solemn happen first. Go get a land. And then, so now we have 2 triggers on the stack to untap Blasting Station and 1 Blasting Station trigger to deal a damage. So we're going to let the first one to untap it resolve. And then with the second one on the stack, once again, we're going to sack Solemn Simulacrum here. Oop, I accidentally clicked on Solemn Simulacrum to do the damage too, but that's fine. Let that resolve. And we'll let it untap. And we're back here with just the body double, and that is copying a Reveillark. And an untapped blasting station. So by repeating that loop, you can get infinite damage, infinite come into play abilities from your Solemn. If you're using blasting station, then this part of it is not terribly relevant. But if you're using another sack outlet like Viscera Seer or anything else that doesn't just win you the game on its own, then it's nice to be able to exploit come into battlefield ability for another creature. So that is the first combo there. Our second one is using Karmic Guide instead of the body double here. So just to kind of get this set up, I'm going to sack the body double and then not do the trigger. Pass the turn to myself just to untap the blasting station. I only have one card left in the deck, so I have to be a little bit careful here. But Karmic Guide, when it enters the battlefield, you return a creature card from your graveyard to your battlefield. So what you want to do is get the Reveillark back. And then with the blasting station trigger on the stack, you can sack the Karmic Guide. So blasting station trigger will resolve, untapping blasting station. Karmic Guide trigger will resolve, getting Reveillark back into the battlefield. And then you get another trigger to untap blasting station. So, with that on the stack, we can sack our Reveillark and then get back Karmic Guide and Solemn Simulacrum. And we get even more triggers. So we'll put our 2 untapped blasting station triggers on the stack, and then we'll put our Solemn ability on the stack, and then Karmic Guide will get Reveillark back. So now we have triggered untapped blasting station. You let that resolve. Sure. We don't have any more lands in our deck, but we have all of these triggers to untap blasting station on the stack again. 3 of them in total. So basically, we will sack Solemn Simulacrum in response to this one, sack Karmic Guide in response to this one, and then finally sack Reveillark in response to the last one, and then we get all of those back again. And then once again get infinite recursions of our Solemn Simulacrum and infinite damage from the blasting station. Now, instead of blasting station, a lot of times you see Mirror Entity used as the sacrifice outlet, and it's not a true sacrifice outlet, but it has the ability to pay you pay X colorless mana, and all of your creatures become XX until end of turn. So the trick is you pay 0 for it, and then everything dies that you control, and you get a Reveillark trigger there. Now, you can do this to kind of sack Reveillark, Karmic Guide, and Mirror Entity, and then just immediately get all 3 of those back, but that doesn't really do anything. What we want is our infinite Solemn Simulacrum triggers, or whatever other creature we're using for it enters the battlefield ability. So the way we do this with Mirror Entity is we have to hold priority and stack up a bunch of these. So if we'll pay 0 and put this on the stack, so when this resolves, all of our creatures will become 0/0s. We just hold priority, and in response to it, we make more of them. So I'm just going to put some of these on the stack. Alright. Then we let one resolve. All of our creatures are 0/0, so they die due to state-based effects, and we get a Reveillark trigger and a Solemn trigger. So the Reveillark trigger will be used to get back the Solemn Simulacrum and the Karmic Guide. And yeah, we can draw one more card. So when Solemn Simulacrum and Karmic Guide come back into play, oh man, I wish I didn't have Blasting Station in play still. But when these two come back into play, critically you get the Karmic Guide trigger to get back the Reveillark, and then you end up once again with the all three of these creatures in play, and the extra come into play ability. And then once all of this nonsense is done resolving, our second mirror entity trigger will resolve, and we can do it all again. And once we're about to run out of mirror entity triggers, we can just use the last one instead of getting back Solemn Simulacrum on our Reveillark trigger to just get mirror entity back, and then we can stack up a bunch more of these. So that is the basics on how to combo with Reveillark. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is not going to be my last video on Reveillark. I know some of you are anxious to see the Boonweaver Giant tricks, which I will be bringing you, as well as the Safi Eriksdotter nonsense. You can look forward to all of that in future videos. But for now, I'm Bradel, and thank you for watching.